morning. This was not the hike I planned. I had planned to go still local San Fernando Valley hike. I had planned to go to Devil's Canyon up in the Simi Hills across from Stony Point in the San Fernando Valley. But I couldn't find the parking for it. It wanted me to go into a gated community, and well, I couldn't get into a gated community, and I didn't really want to trespass into a gated community. So I found another local hike in the San Fernando Valley up on Reseda Boulevard. I'm gonna screw this name up. It's like Caleo, I don't know, Canyon to San Vicente Mountain. I'll leave a link down below and it'll be in the description. So, you know, I can't pronounce to save my life. Thank you guys that watch the channel, all like 14 of you. Know that. I know the 4 friends that watch it do. So we're gonna hike. It's about an 8-mile hike, 7.9 to be exact, but about an 8-mile hike. Not a lot of gain. Should be an easy little hike to bust out. Trail looks like it's mostly for trail runners. But yeah, so we are on our way, just hiking out. We'll be glad when we get a little further into the trail. This trail is right next to houses, and I'm sure that people are using this just as their little morning walk, which is by all means lovely. You can tell, and on this hike it's the first time when I see someone who looks not adequately prepared for a hike. I'm not like, oh, they're not adequately prepared for a hike. They're out for a morning walk in nature. So, you know, small water bottle, pair of tennis shoes, running suit. Here's out for a quick little, you know, half mile out, half mile back. But I feel silly because here I am with a huge backpack, 2 trekking poles, got gaiters on, and you know, on my trekking pole I have this camera with a microphone on top of it. I'm pretty sure I look goofy to them. Trying to embrace being just a goofy person. I guess, you know, a little bit of info. I'm a big fan of Darwin. If you don't like Darwin, that's fine, but I have chatted with him a little bit here and there. I'm a Patreon of his. Wealth of information there for me, and has made my hiking more enjoyable. But he has this thing called Cheese Dick Army. It's because he knew that people were going to, I guess, you know, you know, he just has this over-the-top kind of cheesy personality that he pushes, and it's great. It's wonderful, because no one can make fun of you if you're just a cheese dick all the time. So he has 2 things going on right now. If you go down to the bottom, I've linked to the Outdoor Evolution. There's not a lot of them, but he has these Protect Public Lands pins. And you also get a sticker. And the sticker is #GiveAShit. And it's basically all the companies that support the public lands that they kind of profit off of. So, you know, I'm a big fan of Waymark Gear. And they're in #GiveAShit. He gives money back. And different companies that are kind of involved with it. So I'll leave a link down below. If there are any pins left by now, they usually sell out in limited run. Go pick up one. It helps public lands. But yeah, my 2 hashtags are #GiveAShit now and #CheeseDickArmy. So, that was a little bit of a rant or a ramble. So I'm gonna keep hiking. Hike on. I'm sweating like a freaking pig. We are now, as you can see, on a road walking up to San Vicente Peak. I think that's what it's called. It is very hot. Well, it's not very hot. I'm sweating. That was a really steep climb. At the end, 3 ladies masked up and got to the side on the up. But other than that, 3 people went by me. No masks, no stepping off to the side for the up to go by when you're on the down. These are 2 pet peeves of mine. Mask up and, are you kidding me? The trail goes straight up. This is gonna be great. But mask up, step to the side when you're going down and let the up pass. And the other one was someone listening to a speaker while hiking. And it was even a single person. I mean, headphones, come on. I got headphones. I just chose not to listen to them. I want to hear nature. I want to be out here. Okay, I'm going to see if this is the trail right here or if I keep going up the road. So I'll hike on. So I looked at all trails and it looks like you take the fire road around, but there's also this single wide track trail, just a regular trail. It's got some gain to it. I bet you the road has gain to it too, that goes to the same place. So I'm sure All Trails is yelling at me right now about being off trail. This really feels better to me. So this is the route I'm choosing to go. Since my last All Trails recording didn't actually take, for that section of the PCT, something's clicking something up there. For that section of the PCT, on the phone app, it says complete. But on the web app, I can't even find the recording. I have to go to my stats, then it won't load the recording, so it's like partially loaded. And so, I don't really need the verified complete. What I need is the trail to be enjoyable. Although, it's a pretty steep trail. So, I'm gonna put the video down and hike on. Breathing like a madman. This is steep. I know it's not a long trail and I'll be fine, but whew, short term, it's pretty steep. Okay, I'm gonna hike on. Quails, little babies. Just quails. I'm on a single wide track, so how did this car get here? Now my guess is that there's a road on top of this mountain, and then that car crashed down this ravine right here and ended up down here. It's been pretty stripped out. No motor, no seats, no interior, no tires, although it looks pretty old, so those could have rotted away, I guess. But yeah. I've never seen that if I hadn't come this way. Sometimes, happy little mistakes. Looks like it's been spray painted pink and green too. Why people have to graffiti things, I don't know. So now I'm actually on the connector trail. I actually came a different route. I would recommend that route. That route was a lot more fun. Here's the connector trail, and it's called Ridge Fire Road, but it looks like it's been reclaimed into just a single wide trail. But I think that explains how the car got here. Came up that ridge and either it went down or someone dumped it down there. One or the other. But yeah, so now I'm gonna walk this ridge line, I think, and then I'll come up with that other road. And then it looks like it's just like a knife edge, well, a big fat knife edge walk over to that over there, which I think is my final destination. So this should be cruisy. That last climb though, whew, it's meant for mountain bikes to go down. It looked like it would be a lot of fun on a mountain bike down if you knew how to ride a mountain bike really well. But that last bit was woohoo, tiring. You do get really gorgeous views up there. So if it wasn't so cloudy, I think you'd be able to see the Pacific Ocean over here. You see the rest of the Santa Monica Mountains here. When we get over here, you should see the Santa Monica Mountains on the other side. And then back here, if it wasn't so cloudy, you'd see the San Fernando Valley. So on a clear day, this would probably be gorgeous up here. I'm about 2¼ miles in, so I've got about another 2 miles left, a little less, and then I'll be at the payoff. I brought the drone. I don't know if I'll fly it. I'm not sure if it's legal, so I'm sure the app will tell me, hopefully, if I'm allowed to fly it. And if I'm not, then I won't. It's not that heavy to carry. So I'm gonna keep hiking, but yeah, these views are killer views. So far, actually, I'm kind of glad the other hike was hard to get to. This has been, looks like it's been more enjoyable than what that hike would be, minus some of the really steep climbs. But man, views. Okay, hike on. During the Cold War, this was a sentry post and was manned around the clock to prevent entry from anyone not on military business. So this would be the sentry post right here. Today it's been partially restored to give you that feeling that it's a heavily secured and harsh military outpost, but it's been reclaimed by nature. And you can come up here sunset to 8 a.m. is what it says. Now, kicker, I don't think you can get up to it right there, but I'm gonna have to check. I think that might be, maybe it'll let us up there. I think that might be where, God, it looks like you can get up there. That looks like it might be where the Karate Kid, not the Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, where Miguel runs up and exercises. If I can get up there, I'll go. But if I can't, I won't, because I'm not going to do any trespassing. Okay. This isn't it. So remember, right, that one was square and had graffiti on it. And I didn't bring a quarter, so I can't use any of these things. However, I am up on an observation deck. Behind me, there's a reservoir. I'll have to look up what that's called. That's the path we came up. There are several routes to get up here. I believe that is my final destination. There are a couple of viewing areas up here, some picnic tables areas up here. It's way cool. Absolutely way cool. There's also a cell tower there, I think, so I should have really great service. I'll check. Okay, I'm gonna hike over there, hike up the mountain. I just wanted to check out this viewing station. Hike on. I think I've gone further than all trails. I went up to a little flat area up there. Great view of the valley, great view of back here. You can see down below, I don't know if you can, but I can see mule deer trails all over the mountain. I haven't seen any mule deer. The only thing I've seen are birds. I haven't even seen lizards. But it might be a little cool for them. There's a nice little breeze. This is an old military institution for monitoring attacks from missiles, probably coming from the sea just because of where it is. Back during the Cold War, when we were afraid that Russia was going to attack us. Now we're afraid Russia's going to attack us because they're putting bounties on our soldiers, depending on what you believe, what you don't believe. But you got private residence down here, and they have these things like this, marked with an earth scope. So it's some kind of scientific equipment, little solar panel here. This is powered, but there's a cord running from here to a private residence, which I think is studying something here. So there is a weather tower here. Seems like there's something here. This is the EarthScope GPS monitoring station. And it's part of a plate boundary observation. It collects data that provides important information about earthquakes and volcanic activity. For further information about EarthScope and this station, please visit www.earthscope.org or call PBO toll-free at 1-866-381-7507. Please do not disturb this equipment. So if I had to guess, the private residence there mans this EarthScope station, which has a bunch of radars and stuff that probably communicate to other EarthScope things. And then they've got this GPS over here that's probably monitoring slight shifts, because it looks like the kind that you would see on top of a cruise ship. Not the bigger ones, but a smaller one. So like a bigger vessel. So that's kind of cool. I did not think I was going to see a former military institution and a scientific place studying earthquakes and volcanoes when I came up here. Never know what you're going to see on a hike. Okay, I'm going to spend some time here. I brought some Huckleberry energy gels, so I'm going to take a couple of those, and then I'm going to hike on back to the car, a different route. But yeah, this is kind of cool. Cue the B-roll.